A very good morning to one and all present here today. My name is Aishwarya Madanan. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome all the panelists, paper presenters, and spectators to the inauguration ceremony of the National Conference on Cybercrimes and Artificial Intelligence, organized by Tamil Nadu National Law University's Center for Research, Development, and Training in Cyber Laws and Cybersecurity, funded in part by the state government of Tamil Nadu. This conference is set to see a day full of enlightening discussions on the ethical and legal concerns arising out of the effect of artificial intelligence-based technologies on cybersecurity and the perpetration of cybercrimes. Before we proceed any further, I would like to invite the members of the TNNLU Music Club on stage to sing the Tamil Thai Varth.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் மதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறைநுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Thank you, Music Club members. I now invite the dignitaries to step forward and grace the occasion by lighting the lamp. Thank you. To officially commence the National Conference on Cybercrimes and Artificial Intelligence, I now invite Ms. Vedavalli S., Assistant Professor of Law, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to all the esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, and participants. On behalf of the Tamil Nadu National Law University and the Center for Research, Development, and Training in Cyber Laws and Cybersecurity, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the inaugural ceremony of the National Conference on Cybercrimes and Artificial Intelligence. We are deeply honored by the presence of our chief guest, Honorable Thiru Justice G.R. Swaminathan, Judge of the Madras High Court. We welcome you, sir, and we are eager to hear your address on this critical topic that intersects law, technology, and society. We welcome the Vice Chancellor of TNNLU, Professor Dr. V. Nagaraj, and the Registrar of TNNLU, Professor Dr. S.M. Balakrishnan, who have both been instrumental in supporting us to conduct this event. We warmly welcome the resource persons and panelists, starting from Mr. Na Vijay Shankar, Dr. A. Nagaratna, Dr. Ranjan Abraham, Mr. Venkatesh Murthy, Dr. Ashok Vajje, Advocate Karthikeyan, and Dr. Aparna Vincent, who have accepted our invitations to engage in the panel discussions and the technical sessions. We look forward to interacting with the thinkers in this specialized area. A special welcome to all the paper presenters and the participants who are the heart of this academic exchange. As we gathered here today to explore the evolving challenges of cybercrime and AI, we look forward to engaging discussions and a day filled with learning and collaboration. Lastly, we welcome the faculty, the students, and the administrative staff of TNNLU, whose presence we cherish and who continue to support us in conducting any event at TNNLU. Thank you all for being here today, and once again, a very warm welcome to everyone.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I would now like to invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. V. Nagaraj, to felicitate our Chief Guest, Honorable Thiru Justice G.R. Swaminathan, Judge of the Madras High Court. Up next, I would like to invite our Honorable Registrar, Professor Dr. S.M. Balakrishnan, to deliver the Presidential Address.
Sir, very good morning to one and all who are present here. Welcome to Tiruchirappalli. It's an unusually warm September. Distinguished Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice G.R. Swaminathan, the Judge of the Madras High Court, Professor Dr. V. Nagaraj, the Vice Chancellor of the Tamil Nadu National Law University, Ms. Deepa Manikam, the Director of this conference, delegates from across the nation, Tamil Nadu National Law University family, academicians, students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to be here in the company of experts from across India, representing the judiciary, government, law enforcement agencies, think tanks, industry and other stakeholders to deliberate on one of the most serious challenges impacting the peaceful fabric of our nation and socio-economic well-being of the citizens, that is the cyber security. Cyberspace is acknowledged as the fifth domain of human activity, the others being land, air, sea and outer space. As the internet has grown exponentially in its reach and scope, our dependence on cyberspace for socio-economic well-being, governance and security purposes has also grown exponentially. Unfettered access to information through a globally interconnected internet empowers individuals and governments, but at the same time poses new challenges to the privacy of the individuals in specific and government in general. This conference comes against the backdrop of the gravity of these threats posed in cyberspace. The signs are unmistakable and the prognosis clear. We all need to act to protect ourselves from the menace of cyber attacks. India is widely recognized as an IT powerhouse, but cyber threats pose no less a challenge to us. India today is the third largest number of internet users after the United States and China. We account for nearly 93 crore internet subscribers as per the latest TRAI observations there. The internet has been a catalyst of change, propelling economic growth, enabling governance over outreach, positively influencing the lives of our people and building new narratives of the Indian society. But at the same time, India is exposed to threats and continuously evolving challenges in cyberspace. With increasing penetration and use of the internet, cybercrime is emerging as a major challenge. India has seen a massive surge in the number of cybercrimes in the past decade or so. We all would have come across many families, our friends, would have been victims of this identity theft, financial frauds and other such internet-related crimes. We firmly believe that the core values of liberty, freedom of expression and rule of law apply equally to cyberspace, and it is in our common interest to maintain a peaceful, secure and resilient cyberspace. India introduced its national cyber security policy in 2013, which aims to facilitate a secure computing environment and guide actions for protection of cyberspace. We do have the Information Technology Act 2000, and with the latest amendments, deals with vital issues such as electronic transactions, digital signatures, cyber crimes, cyber security and data protection. International cooperation is the key element in addressing the challenges of cybersecurity. Since cybercrime often has a transnational dimension, there is crucial need for cooperation to exchange experiences and share best practices for combating this menace. India lays huge emphasis on bilateral international cooperation in fighting cybercrimes. The need for cooperation between India and other countries in this field therefore is self-evident. I would like to conclude by saying that in the domain of cybersecurity, the imperatives of national security has to be balanced with protecting the privacy of the individuals. The responsibility is on us in finding this balance as we all in the shared task of keeping cyberspace secure and safe for our citizens and society. I am glad that this conference has brought together leading experts from across India to exchange their views on combating cyber crimes, the current state of technical knowledge available in cybersecurity, and the measures required for capacity building in this domain. I am sure the deliberations will lead to positive and actionable recommendations on how we can combat cyber crimes and ensure a peaceful life and peaceful society. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful words and constant encouragement in carrying out this conference. Up next, I would like to invite Ms. Deepa Manikam, the Director of the conference and the faculty in charge of the Center for Research, Development and Training in Cyber Laws and Cybersecurity, to introduce the theme of the conference and panel discussions.
Thank you so much, Ms. Aishwarya. Whatever I need to speak already, Registrar Sir has covered almost everything. So I'll just make it very crisp and short and making understand what there are two things: theme of the conference and themes of the panel sessions or panel discussions that will happen, one in forenoon session and one in afternoon session. So our aim here is to learn something out of this conference, especially to address all of the legal implications or the gray areas that we have. So it is better that I'll make it simple and all of you can also understand it in the same way. So a warm good morning to one and all gathered here. So the first thing is, see, we are all citizens of India, but we have already gradually moved from that sphere to netizens. And from netizens, we have already moved to a space called as metaverse space. And as artificial intelligence has, got so much advent into the cyberspace and metaverse, we call ourselves as cyborgs. So it is like citizens to netizens, and now we are called as cyber organisms or cyborgs. So everywhere we have news on artificial intelligence. Citizenship being offered to Sophia the robo, and all of the daily initiatives and news which are put by Elon Musk and Neuralink and Tesla companies are all automated cars that you see on news every time, and all of the artificial intelligence or sophisticated gadgets that we use in our day-to-day lives. So with all of these things, I would like to specifically add on one more thing. Artificial intelligence has not had given us only the smart gadgets, it has affected or impacted more on human values and ethics as well. The best example could be cross-dimensional marriages, which you always would have heard, which is a marriage between a human being and a robot. A man in Japan called as Akihiko Kondo had married a hologram. Hologram is a small 3-dimensional doll. It is quite like your Apple Siri or Amazon Alexa. So that cross-dimensional marriages are certified by a company called as Gatebox company in Japan, through which we have emerged with a new technical or innovative term called as digisexual. So no more, we don't have to fight for right for all of the genders, but we have stepped into one more context called as digisexuals, or what we call it as digisex. So on that note, I hope you know all about NCRB reports, National Crime Record Bureau reports. Cyber crimes are increasing rapidly year after year. So there's no new thing that you may ask me that, cyber crimes and artificial intelligence, the conference is on cyber crimes and artificial intelligence. It is happening everywhere, I know that, but what is so specific and so the special thing to be noted about the theme of our conference organized by TNNLU and Center for Cyber Laws, the speciality lies in the sub-themes or the themes that we offered in the for the paper presentations and also on the panel discussion. So the themes include varieties of new innovative concepts ranging from metaverse, robotics, and understanding virtual reality, augmented reality, or mixed reality. And it is all about understanding cyber security related aspects on how to combat cyber crimes, threats and challenges, which in turn makes us to learn cyber safety and cyber hygiene. And also as I initiated my talk by stating the gray areas by the law enforcement agencies, how should it be addressed, all of these things will be focused, which is all covered under the theme of the conference. And just moving ahead to the panel discussion themes, there are two specific themes. Morning for panel discussion 1, which is in forenoon session, that will be having it on combating threats and challenges of cyber crimes and artificial intelligence, where we'll be specifically focusing on jurisdictional issues, gray areas to be addressed by law enforcement agencies, practical implications or the misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, we call it as MDM nowadays, the political theories behind it, and also about the most awaited Digital India Act and cyber hygiene and cyber safety, about all of these things. And afternoon session is on the theme of data privacy and cyber threats in the age of AI versus cyber security. So I ensured that the technical aspects, that is cyber security aspects, should also be addressed whenever we address cyber laws or on cyber crimes. So the focus for the afternoon session would be laid on privacy, data protection, other related cyber threats on data related aspects. A specific deliberation will be held on DPDP Act and also Justice Puttaswamy judgment. And we have legal luminaries and industry professionals who will mark the day today through their incredible inputs on two of the themes I've mentioned on the panel discussion. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I thank all of the dignitaries on the dais. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm sure all of us are looking forward to a very fruitful day of discussions during the conference. I would now like to invite our chief guest, Honorable Thiru Justice G.R. Swaminathan, Judge of the Madras High Court, to deliver the inaugural address.
Vanakkam, namaskaram to everyone present here. Usually, conferences and meetings are behind schedule. As per the program sheet, I am supposed to be on the podium at 10 a.m. Now at 9:53 itself I am here, and I will be very, very brief, so that I will pass on my quota for the panel discussion. Okay, I really mean it. There is one saying in Tamil, Karumbu thinna kuliya. For those of us who do not know Tamil, let me give a translation. Do you need to be paid for eating or munching sugar cane? Of course, for the diabetic patients, even if you pay, we will run away. So let me paraphrase it this way. You don't need an incentive for doing something that is in your self-interest. Why I say this is, when Professor Balakrishnan and Deepika came to Madurai to invite me that I should be the chief guest for this conference. Friends, let me start on a confessional note. I have always thought I lack the natural intelligence to understand the subject of artificial intelligence. That has always been a genuine, honest feeling. But then, some 2 days ago, on September 17th, we had the birth anniversary of Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy. And it seems I had some few years ago given a talk to law students, and a short video talk of that was in circulation. One district collector forwarded that video talk to me, and I listened to what I had spoken. In fact, I had quoted from the article of IAS officer Uday Chandran, who is now the finance secretary. And what did I say in that? My young friends, you must travel back in time, 1967 or so. In Guindy Engineering College, they had purchased a computer. And at that time, it was not a portable one, it was a roomful, huge machine. And this Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy, who was 87 years old at that time, he comes to that college, the campus. He can't even climb up the stairs. He had to be bodily lifted. He is taken to the first floor. He sees that computer. The man is damn impressed by the functions which the computer discharges. He is asking question after question. What is this? What is that? For almost 1 hour he was there to learn. So I was telling the law students that they must emulate Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy and embrace technology. This was the advice I was giving to students. And it was that, that was in circulation in that video. Once I listened to what I said, students in any event will embrace technology. Why should I not embrace technology? That was what that struck me. Why should I not emulate Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy? But then, that desire to learn and the diffidence in myself, I was oscillating between the two. But then I have got a fairly good collection of books in my library, personal library. And there was one book, The Brain That Changes Itself. See, earlier the theory was you have to be content with what you have been endowed with at birth. Now that is no longer the case. The neuroscientists say one can enhance oneself. The brain will change itself. So I derived hope from that book that by attending programs like this, I will be able to pick up the subject. So I put one condition to Professor Balakrishnan and Deepika. I said, I will come as a chief guest provided you allow me to sit through all the sessions from morning till evening. He said, I am too happy. And after coming here, I am too happy to note my good friends Ranjit, Karthikeyan, and Sarah does not know me, but I consider as my friend Navi. So all these are there. And apart from these three, there are several other experts. So this conference is going to benefit, I do not know whether it benefits students or not, it will benefit me. I can assure you that. Friends, in judiciary, I need to share an anecdote or two. I got enrolled in 1991. And for High Court lawyers, what is most important is what is called cause list. The courts, the cases that are listed, all those will be there. And they will be given in loose sheets. It will take almost 45 minutes to arrange a cause list and then to tick where your case is coming. 45 minutes in the morning. But now, even causes are not even distributed among the lawyers. Everything is coming in SMS, WhatsApp, texts. You are informed which item in which court. And not only that, coming to case law research and to locate one proposition, we will take almost few hours. We will have to take one book after another, the quinquennial digest, the 10-year digest, the annual digest. We will go to the index portion and then we will hunt for the proposition. But nowadays, with the click of the mouse, everything, within a matter of few minutes, you are able to locate the propositions. So personally, I have seen these two humongous changes in terms of e-library, law research, everything. And not only that, nowadays for serving summons, technology is being used. And our Chief Justice is toying with the idea of employing AI even adjudication, whether it is possible or not. Maybe now we will be shedding more light on this subject also. So take motor vehicle cases. There, payment of compensation that can be determined by applying a formula. Why should we take years together for quantifying the compensation payable to the victim or the dependent? You can do it in minutes by applying see, you feed all the information and you will get the amount, and that will reduce or rather eliminate the scope for arbitrary discretion also. So judiciary is engaging artificial intelligence in a big way, and coming days, we will be witnessing big changes. And students of the National University, you will have to be at the cutting edge. See, revising syllabus is not an easy thing. It's a process, it's a big process. Instead of revising the syllabus, the Vice Chancellor, the Registrar and the faculty have devised an easy way of organizing this conference. By attending these conferences, the students, you are kept abreast of all the developments. So this conference is going to be of real use to all the students, and I am too happy to inaugurate this. I wish this conference a great success, and my request to all the students will be, please be very attentive to all, when papers are presented, when panelists are giving their views. And how will you keep yourself attentive? I suggest only two ways. You must take a Navi sir, such a senior person. He is having a notebook and a pen in his hand. That is one way. Whenever views are presented, you just take short notes. That way you can be, extremely attentive. You will not miss even a single thread of thought. That is one way. And another, you will have to tell yourself, if I miss something, I may not be able to get it again. Therefore, you must tell yourself that it's important to be attentive. That auto-suggestion you will have to give to yourselves. So I request all the participants, all the students to be very attentive, and I am sure that this day is going to be of real use to all of us, and primarily to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and for gracing this momentous occasion with your presence. I think we all ought to embrace new technology as and when it evolves and maintain the hope that our brains will also change themselves to adapt to these changing technologies. Thank you very much for being here. The time has now come for the official release of the Handbook on Introduction to Cyber Laws and Cybersecurity. I would like to invite Ms. Bodarshini S., the Associate Editor of the Handbook, to join us on stage. I would also like to invite Ms. Deepa Manikam, the editor of the handbook, as well as the director of the conference, and the faculty in charge of the Center for Research Development and Training in Cyber Laws and Cybersecurity, to address the gathering on the release of the handbook.
Thank you so much. Cyber Law Center and Cybersecurity has been inspired from Dr. Nagaratna's Cyber Center of NLS. So even the name, you can see the resemblance. We were just having words yesterday night each other, talking about the center and the research works to be carried in the center. So on that note, the center, Cyber Center, has been officially commenced its function in 2021, with the state government has funded with 10 lakhs rupees of funds. We had started researching and we had to publish brochures and pamphlets in order to sensitize public, sensitize TNNLU community, moreover, on cyber laws and cyber security to protect oneself from cyber threats or other challenges that we face on cyberspace. So we have been celebrating once in a month Cyber Jakruta Awareness Divas or Cyber Security Awareness Divas once in a month. So first Wednesday of each and every month was celebrated for Cyber Security Awareness Divas. So initially we have started with that, and we commenced doing research. So start writing a book. I mean, initially it was named as Handbook. So it was the seeds were sown by the interns, summer interns of Cyber Center in 2022, and apparently the copy was ready, but I did not get time to vet it or publish it back then. DPDP Act has come in. I could not publish anything on the book. So I had to sit down for the past 6 months, myself and Associate Editor Ms. Modashni. She was here, our alumna. She was the alma mater of TNNLU. She is the Associate Editor of the book, myself the editor of the book. So we both made it a point to start doing corrections. But ultimately we had to change everything based on, it was just, we could say it was just 1.5 years of gap. I could not do that. I could not do justification to the book in even publishing one page or one chapter of the book, because technology had changed so rapidly. So is the case with artificial intelligence advancement, and also the case with helpline numbers or cyber hygiene practices or cyber security policies by the government had changed. So we had to work, both of us, we had to work day and night in order to publish the book. The book is named as Handbook on Introduction to Cyber Laws and Cyber Security. As the name goes, Introduction to Cyber Laws and Cyber Security, it is just been laid only on the foundational principles of both cyber laws and cyber security, and it will be very, very easy for all the common public to understand. See, when I was doing my post-graduation at TNNLU Jodhpur, we always used to say, my friends always used to say to a cyber security professional, like professor of computer science who was teaching us cyber security, that, madam, ultimately we are lawyers. Why should we learn technology? Or why should we learn cyber security? Because my degree is cyber laws and cyber security. We were not letting her to teach cyber security, because we ended up, even lawyers ended up, not understanding technology, because that is quite technical and complex in understanding. So is the case with the common public. So we both had to think in such a way, simplify the concepts in such a way, understanding the concepts, of foundational principles of cyber laws and cyber security with various pictorial representations, mind maps, and various graphs that we have given, various statistics we have provided. We have drawn our own picture to represent what is cyber hygiene, and all of these things make this handbook as a one-stop to understand the foundational principles of cyber laws. So it covers mostly on the cyber crimes, data protection, and covers the essential cyber threats towards it, and a devoted chapter on artificial intelligence and robotics being fixed into the module to understand the current status of artificial intelligence and robotics and the threats faced by us. And finally, the book has taken a shape at with the conclusion that, and who should be the person that you should address when there is a cyber crime that you face, whether let it be a cyber stalking or is it hacking. Because about Pegasus spyware, it is all about zero-click vulnerability. You will never know what is there in your mobile unless and until you give it to a mobile forensic and check what has happened to my mobile. So we made it a point to say what is cyber hygiene, cyber security practices. Along line, we had all the helpline numbers being mentioned, all of the websites, portal being mentioned. Recently, for your information, most of you would have been knowing by this time, there's a she box which has been introduced by Ministry of Women and Welfare. She box is it is she is related, yes, women sexual harassment e-box, sexual harassment e-box is she box which they have made, so that they wanted to make this as a one stop for all of the sexual harassment complaints to be made. So all of these things are being put in the handbook. So I thank specifically my associate editor Ms. Modashni for helping me throughout. We both should thank first of all the Vice Chancellor sir and Registrar sir for the encouragement and motivation that you have given permission for us to work with so much of liberty and independence. Thank you so much. And I thank all of my colleagues for the support that you have given, notably Dr. Hemalata Bhatt, Madam, Assistant Professor of Sociology, and Dr. Kumar P. for both of your guidance and motivation. Ma'am, thank you for making me to publish a research book on cyber laws and cyber security. And I thank everyone behind the book. We have given, we have acknowledged all of them in the book. Very specifically speaking, we thank our family members and friends who supported us. And I would like to record my special thanks to my little child, DP Sashti, who was, I troubled her so much For the past 6 months, she started eating by herself, started doing everything by herself. I should record this, on the stage, so that, that it is a credit to her as a daughter and myself as a mother. I did not even, could not do any all motherly things for the past 6 months, as I've devoted so much of time here. I mostly had to sleep late nights, get up early, so to do all of these works. And thank you so much once again for the institution, Tamil Nadu National Law University, where I'm associated with, and also for my Cyber Law Center. Thank you for giving the opportunity for both of us to release the handbook. Thank you.
Thank you to both Ms. Deepa Manikam, the editor, and Ms. Modarshini S., the associate editor of the handbook, for their tireless efforts, making the foundations of cyber laws and cybersecurity accessible to all. I now invite our chief guest, Honorable Thiru Justice G.R. Swaminathan, Judge of the Madras High Court, to officially release the handbook on Introduction to Cyber Laws and Cybersecurity and hand over the first copy to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. V. Nagaraj. Thank you, sir. We'll ensure that we distribute the other copies to the respected panelists of the conference as well. I would now like to invite Ms. Kriti Rachaya, Research Assistant at the Center for Research Development and Training in Cyber Laws and Cybersecurity, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Esteemed guests, participants, and faculty members, as we come to the end of the inaugural session, I extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every member who made this conference possible. A special acknowledgement goes to our Chief Guest, Honorable Justice G.R. Swaminathan, sir, for his insights and his invaluable time. Thank you, sir. Thank you to our Vice Chancellor, Dr. V. Nagaraj, sir, for your unwavering support, and to our Registrar, Mr. Balakrishnan, sir, whose meticulous planning and coordination have been vital to our success. We would also like to express our gratitude to our resource persons, whose expertise will greatly enrich our discussions in the conference. Thank you, Ms. Deepa Manikam, ma'am, and Modarshini, ma'am, for your dedication and enthusiasm in organizing this important event and for editing this handbook. Finally, I thank all the participants and the volunteers for making this conference wholesome. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kriti. That brings us to the end of the inauguration ceremony for the National Conference on Cybercrimes and Artificial Intelligence. I thank you all for joining us here today and look forward to a productive day of enlightening presentations and fruitful discussions. Please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे दव शुभाशिष माहे गाहे दव जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत वाक्य विदाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
This is just a gentle reminder to the participants of the conference. Please ensure that before you proceed to the tea break, you visit the registration desk located behind you and ensure you complete the registration process. Thank you.